Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yovanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhirastrahana muyati. Just as how for an indweller of this body, the jiva, there is childhood, youth, and old age, so too is the gaining of another body. With reference to that, a wise person does not come to grief. Where does the person, the jiva, exist? The jiva, the one who makes the body conscious, is the indweller of this body. In other words, the jiva referred to in this verse as the Dehi is nothing but Atma or the soul with a body, mind, and senses. In this verse, Krishna referred to the threefold states that the body undergoes, each of which is distinct from the other two. For instance, in boyhood, there is no need for shaving, whereas in youth and adulthood there is. Nor is a person likely to require a cane in either of these two states, unlike in old age. When childhood passes, does the one dwelling in the body survive or not? If there were no survivor, an old man could not talk about his earlier exploits and accomplishments. His voice is certainly no longer the voice of his boyhood, having become very shaky due to the changes brought about by age. But the I is the same. The I is solid, not shaky. Thus the one who was in childhood is the one who was in youth, and is the one who is now. That I does not change at all. Each state comes and goes, the I remains the same. Although each state is destroyed, the Atma is never destroyed. The body is said to undergo a metamorphosis every 7 years, but the person remains the same. The birth of a later state does not imply a new birth and a new life for the person, the Atma, nor does death of the previous state spell death for the Atma. These states come and go, and Atma remains the same in a given body. Just as each of these states is taken for the Atma, another body can also be taken for the Atma, even though Atma itself remains the same. Just as how a person does not remember his or her first 3 years, in the same way, previous lifetimes in other bodies are also not remembered. Which is just as well, since there would only be that too many problems will exist. If we all knew our own and each other's previous births, we would be blaming people from those lifetimes, just as we do in this one. There would then be far too many situations and people to blame.